Hello! Today we will focus on positive and negative space. Let's first review what positive and negative space is in art. Positive space is the main subject or the focus of your artwork. Negative space is the area around the subject. Oftentimes we refer to it as our background. Let's take a look at this awesome self-portrait created by the famous Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo herself is our main subject. She makes up the positive space, while our negative space is made up by the monkey, the cat, and the green foliage. Now let's take a look at the Mona Lisa, created by Mr. Da Vinci. The Mona Lisa herself makes up the positive space, while the trees and water in the back makes up the negative space. Let's move on to our assignment for today. Today, we will get to create an artwork that explores using positive and negative space. Let's first review the materials for today. Today, we'll be using a white sheet of paper, a colored paper, scissors and glue stick, watercolors or markers, a pencil, and a paintbrush. For step 1 of our assignment, we will start off by grabbing our white sheet of paper and create our background. Now, if you happen to have watercolors at home, you can use your watercolors to create your background. But did you know that washable markers can also be used as watercolors? Today, I am going to teach you a really cool technique on how to use your washable markers to give you a really cool watercolor effect. Begin by outlining the edge of your white paper. Using the tip of your marker, you will outline all sides of your white paper. We want this line to be a thick line, so we will go over our lines once more to make them thicker. Once you have finished creating your thick, bold lines on the edges of your paper, you will now proceed by grabbing a wet paintbrush to go over those lines. As you can see, when we add water to our markers, we create a really strong, cool watercolor effect on our paper. Did you know that you can also even blend two colors together? Try creating one bold line using one color and a second bold line using a different color. Always remember not to wet your paintbrush too much, because if you wet your paper too much, you can always run the risk of tearing your paper apart. Let me now show you a second technique. For this technique, you need a hard plastic surface. Once you have gotten a hard plastic surface, you will grab your washable marker and draw in your plastic surface to get the ink out. Now simply grab your wet paintbrush and use them as you would with your regular watercolors. How cool is that, boys and girls? Have fun exploring and creating your awesome background. Let's now put our background paper aside to give it some time to dry. Now it's time to move on to step 2. Grab your colored sheet of paper and you will draw half of your subject. Try to choose a simple shape or object such as a heart or an insect. Let's grab our construction paper and fold it in half. Once you have folded your construction paper in half, you will notice that there's one edge that flips open while the other does not. This step is really important. Make sure to draw on the edge that does not flip open. Now choose a simple shape to draw. Imagine as if your shape or object that you're drawing is folded in half. How would it look? I'm going to choose to draw a heart. A heart is a very simple shape to draw. Let's now move on to step 3. Step 3 of our project is to cut and glue our cutout to our background paper. Use your scissors to cut along your pencil line. Once you cut out your shape, open up your shape. Now you notice that there's a line right in the center. Use that line to cut along using your scissors. Now you have ended up with half of your shape. Notice that in some parts of your shape there's pencil lines. If you would like, you can use the part of the shape that has no pencil lines, just so that at the end of our art project you won't notice any pencil lines and your artwork will look a lot neater. You will also grab your cutout. Using the line right at the center, you will guide yourself to cut right along the middle. And you should end up with just one half of your cutout as well. After you have cut out your shape, place them down opposite of each other. You should be able to see a reversal of the same shape. It's now time to glue both our cutouts to our awesome background that we created. Grab both your cutouts and your glue stick to glue down your cutouts onto your background paper. You did it, boys and girls. You have just explored creating an artwork that has both positive and negative space. If you would like, you can also have fun creating a second drawing. You can try out an insect this time. Awesome job, artist!